The Dallas Cowboys have had a, let's call it, confusing offseason. Starting with Jerry Jones saying the team was all in, followed by them doing nothing. So, how do we fix the Dallas Cowboys? Let's get to it. For starters, the low-hanging fruit is that you would want new ownership, but the Jones family isn't going anywhere, so let's move on from that. And something that shocked me when I was researching stuff for this video is that the Cowboys have, listen to this, 34 guys in the last years of their contract. So they have 34 pending free agents going into next offseason. You might be thinking, well, that's probably a lot of guys at the bottom of the roster. Listen to this. Here are some of the names of guys who are in the final year of their contract for the Dallas Cowboys. Dak Prescott, DeMarcus Lawrence, Brandon Cooks, Zach Martin, Trey Lance, CeeDee Lamb, Osa Odighizuwa, Cooper Rush, Jordan Lewis, Marquise Bell, Kevontae Turpin, Rico Dowdle, Ezekiel Elliott, and Damian Wilson. Oh, and let's not forget to mention the entire coaching staff is on the last year of their contract. If the Cowboys don't retain anybody, they will have approximately $64.8 million in cap space next offseason. Assuming that trend continues, which it won't, the Cowboys would then have $180 million, almost $179.5 million, cap space in 2026. So, to fix the Dallas Cowboys, for starters, I would trade Dak Prescott. Yes, I know he has a no-trade clause, and you probably won't get much back in return for him, but that's where I would start. Then I would trade CeeDee Lamb, and then I would trade Micah Parsons. I would do all of these things before training camp is over. You probably won't get as big of a return for Dak and CeeDee Lamb because they're in the last years of their deal, but you should get something. And Micah Parsons should get you a pretty big haul. Between those three guys, you should probably land around, I would say, at least 3 first-round draft picks, and then between 5 and 7 other picks scrambled throughout rounds 2 through 7. That combined with your salary cap space, and assuming you don't have a good record the next 2 seasons, you should have high draft picks on top of that. You can use all of that draft capital and go get a franchise quarterback and have some left over to reshape your team in addition to the money you would have in salary cap space. But the Cowboys probably aren't going to do that, right? Because that would make too much sense. So what they're probably going to do is extend Dak Prescott. Once that happens, he's going to get a massive contract. CeeDee Lamb's agent is going to throw a party, because if you sign Dak to a massive contract, you have to sign CeeDee Lamb, or who is Dak going to throw the ball to? So then at that point, you've got 2 massive contracts for Dak and CeeDee Lamb. You got to extend Micah Parsons at that point because you're trying to win. So now, what are the Cowboys going to do with the rest of their roster? I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But if it was me, I would trade those 3 guys and start rebuilding. Everything looks perfectly set up for that to do over the next 2 years. We'll see what happens.